I'm so upset. I want to use this booba mouse pad.
And welcome to a new episode of the Midnight Toons. I'm your host, the PKSP.
And I'm Toble Jones, totally saying that because I knew that would happen.
yeah, you got me. Got me with the boob mouse.
The blue mouse pad, dude. I got my fucking Hololive approved Inugami Kurome booba mouse pad.
Yeah. But anyway,
Bro.
yes, this is the new episode. Sorry that this episode is going to be late because I was doing other stuff for the past couple days and I didn't have a chance to record. So, this is why.
Also, we were going to record yesterday, but I passed the fuck out.
Yeah, and I was hanging out with one of our other friends for a while, so
Booba.
longer than I expected, but it's fine. I don't know. Anyway, sorry, we have actually been gone for like 2 weeks actually, but yeah,
2 weeks basically.
yeah, so we got some stuff to talk about, which we'll start with the weeks. You go first.
Okay, so the weeks, right?
Yes.
So as of this week, it is currently that reminds me, I need to turn my phone notifications off because I just heard my phone in my pocket. But speaking of Fire Emblem, because my ringtone do be Frederick Fire Emblem,
yeah,
the new Fire Emblem Warriors came out like today. Yes, it was a couple days ago, I think, actually.
yeah.
But I've been playing the demo. I've been kind of fucking around doing other shit. So I haven't actually played the full game yet, but I did play the demo of Fire Emblem Three Hopes.
Yeah.
And I was just like enjoying the hell out of that. I have, admittedly, it's kind of been really amazing playing the Three Hopes demo in comparison to Three Houses. Because I remember I played Three Houses like basically from launch. I played like all 4 paths.
Yeah, I remember.
And then Ash and Wolves came out like not too long after I finished, and then I started doing it again. And so I got so fucking drained from Fire Emblem. But playing Three Hopes has been like a really nice, like a fresh sort of like a run, basically.
Yeah.
That plus it's also a Warriors game, so I can turn my brain off minimally.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And just be like, all right, press buttons. Okay, my dudes are dying. All right, just gotta go over here now.
Yeah, Muso games or Warriors games are definitely just the most people I know who play them are just their brain turn off games. They're just like, I'm here to relax.
Like it's actually pretty fun doing this.
Yes. But
let's see what else. Recorded a thing. That's really I kind of I didn't really do too much else. I'm trying to let's see, work fucking ordered a whole bunch of Toho plushies. Oh my god.
What, you want to go down the list of what Toho plushies you got?
Yeah, so basically, Toho Lost Word, the mobile app game of Toho that I've been playing.
Oh yeah, before you do, reset the Toho counter. Anyway, continue.
Reset the Toho counter, okay. So anyway, they did the developers of the app game are really cool. They're like, hey, we're checking in with everybody, we're just letting you know all the events and stuff. I do like mobile games that like are like, hey, we're doing something this month, and I'm like, okay, cool. So basically they're like, all right, for this, like, the year anniversary of the game or whatever, we're gonna do, like, giveaways, and they were like, hey, we're giving away plushies, or Fumos, short for Fumo Fumo, and which, basically are plushies. They're adorable, and they're like, hey, here's the place that, like, makes them. And I'm like, oh, real shit? And beforehand, I had learned that they were kind of hard to get a hold of because they made them sparingly. But recently, they're like, "All right, we're gonna flood the market. We're doing batches of specific Tohos, and you get to order up to 3 of each." And so they're like, "All right, we're flooding the market."
Yeah.
So I've ordered like I've ordered like like a mobile game exclusive plush. Fucking I got the Reimu Haku Rays. And I got like three or so others coming in. Like I think I got Alice, uh, I think I got Kokoro and Tenchi. So all those people who don't know what Toho is are going to wonder who the fuck those are.
It's
And I'm
fine.
just like,
They already thought that the instant you said Toho, so it's good.
oh, dude, yeah, they tuned out. They're like, oh man, this Toble's talking about goddamn Toho again. I fucking knew it.
It's fine. It's
It's like time to go. Time to secondary window this. But
well, it's fine. I mean, like I assume that because the few people I know who do listen to the podcast, I know that they say they like listening to it when they're doing other stuff. So I don't mind it if they do.
yeah, I mean, I think that's the appeal of podcasts. You can put it on the background and then do something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got like 6 plushies coming in the mail the end of the year.
It's so
Give or take.
so many plushies.
I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna put them, but listen, man, I don't care if I get to die buried in a pile of plushies. You know, so be it.
I'm just saying that like you should just. Yeah, I don't know where you're gonna put all those plushies. I was gonna recommend like a wall shelf, maybe like use one with like command strips, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how I'll have to figure out the logistics of it for sure.
Yeah, you'll find a way. You little plushies.
Bro, remember kids, all in the world is just Fumo.
Yeah, but anything else?
Plushies, fucking, God, I mostly just been watching like YouTube and shit.
Well, that's.
Yeah, that's really it.
Yeah,
So
okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
if you want to go on your week, you'll go or whatever amount of time period, go ahead.
Yeah, but for my week, I've done a couple things. I haven't watched all too much, at least animation stuff. I watched a couple other things. I started X-Files, which is really I really like it. It's on Hulu. I've been looking just for another show to get into lately that isn't animated related, honestly. I just just need to find some show that's super long and just, I can just watch, turn my brain off, and X Games, no, X Files. X Files kind of helps with that, though. I do really like the whole setting for it. Like it's standard. It plays kind of like your standard like television investigator show, except there's aliens and it's a lot more funnier. But not in like both in the way of like unintentionally, but it's also like charming with how much it's just like, yeah, aliens. It's very
aliens.
trying to find the right word for it. Very pulpy, I guess.
Mm.
But I enjoy it. I really like it. It's one of those shows that I've watched on and off, like here and there in the past. But now that I have actual access to it, it's probably going to be the new thing I'm watching. That reminds me, I still need to finish Columbo. That's another
Columbo.
I really like.
Columbo's pretty good. I think I've only watched one episode of Columbo, but at the same time, I was just like, "Oh my god!"
I love him. He's such a good detective.
Bro, it's just what if you just oh
But
gosh.
his whole thing is also just annoying them until they just give up, and they're just like, "Fine, I murdered them." Jesus.
Like, God, I fucking killed her and dumped her outside the lake. It's Jesus, leave me alone.
Leave me alone. Yeah, but other than that, have I watched anything else? I finished Degrassi Junior High yesterday, actually, with a friend. Well, everyone was actually kind of passed out by that point, but yeah, I finished Degrassi Junior High, and yeah, man, that's surprisingly really good kid show. I mean, it's still ongoing because Degrassi is like forever. It's one of those like shows that will continue on for years because it's generational, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the next show is going to be Degrassi High, I think it's just called, because they're in high school now. But man, like junior high, for the subjects it tackles for kids is pretty neat for the 80s. Like,
Yeah,
man,
I saw a few episodes. And I was like, "Dang, this is
yeah,
kind of intense."
it does suck though, because a lot of the episodes, they used to be higher quality versions on YouTube. I think they were uploaded by the like official PBS Kids or a OETA channel on YouTube, but then they got removed like a couple months back, I want to say, because all those episodes of all the high quality episodes of the show are just kind of gone. The only way you can watch it now is like really low quality ones or on other websites outside of YouTube, maybe. So maybe you get like a physical box set, but I don't know. I need to look into it to be 100% sure. But yeah, but that's also
Mm-hmm.
because HBO Max bought Degrassi, so they're gonna be putting it on there at some point. I don't know if they're gonna put Junior High on there. They just have the rights to use it now.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Interesting.
other than that, I'm trying to think. Also, I'm gonna say spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched Degrassi Junior High, but it's also like 20 or 30 years. Oh, actually, no, it's way old. But like, it caught me off guard because like the end of the Junior High series ends with the school being caught on fire and them having to leave because like evacuate because of it. Like no one majorly like got hurt or died or anything. It's just that's how the series ends, is the school burns down for the next
We
series. I'm like, damn. Like, I feel like Degrassi is just like they really are willing to tackle any subject, like anything that could happen to a kid, to the point of like it's almost kind of sadistic. Like they're almost enjoying it at this point. Like there's a character in there who he sneaks out one night instead of going to the movie theaters with his parents because he wants to hang out with his friends so they can finish up writing a song for their band, like
Mm-hmm.
middle school shit. But when he comes home later in the night, there's police outside of his house, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm in trouble, damn!" And when he like goes back to the house, the officer's like, "Oh, are you the son of these people?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'm afraid to tell you, but your parents are dead. They got hit by a
Bro.
drunk driver." And I'm like, "Oh shit, Jesus!" Like,
Yeah, that's
man.
nuts.
But yeah, it's real good. I highly recommend it. I gotta continue watching that at a later point. Other than that, I'm trying to remember. I played a couple things pretty good. I got that new Neon White game for Switch.
Yeah, it didn't catch my eyes initially, but like watching you kind of play it is just like intrigued me.
Yeah, no, it's pretty solid. I really like the gameplay a lot. It's very much of like kind of like an obstacle course, like first person like stage by stage. So it's like a lot of the levels are really short and you're meant to beat it as fast as you can. Also, like when you beat it, you unlock certain collectibles that appear on that level now, or now you unlock like the leaderboard and you can try to beat other players' times, or you can redo the stage at any point and try to get a better rank on it, which isn't too hard, honestly. The game is like it requires you to be pretty good on your reflexes, but not like insanely hard, I think. Given the fact that like death in the game is also super lenient, like levels are super short, so like even if you die later in a level, it's super short. You'll be back there in a sec. Especially now that you know what the stage is gonna be like, it's real fun.
Hmm.
Also, the voice acting is pretty good. I wasn't expecting that much voice acting. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know what to expect because I remember seeing the game at the Nintendo Direct. I think it was the one where Pyra and Mythra got revealed for Smash, and
Yeah.
I saw it and I was like, that looks neat, but I don't know. But like, I didn't know that. One sec, I'm adjusting my mic here. It's kind of at an angle I don't like. Sorry, folks. I what I was not expecting was like a lot of pretty decently known voice actors on this. Like the main character Neon White is voiced by Steve Blum, fucking Spike Spiegel himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Like I remember you said that. I was like, what the
it
world?
caught me off guard because I was not expecting it. There's someone Cho or ProCD. He's also a few characters here. Uh,
Bruh.
One that caught me off guard was he's not really a voice actor, but he does have voice acting roles, and it's Ian Joe's Quarty, who's the creator of Cartoon Network original OKKO Let's Be Heroes. Fucking highly recommend that show. It's really really fun. But it caught me off guard because he's a voice in this, and I just wasn't expecting it, because like it's just I haven't heard his voice in anything in a bit outside of like Cartoon Network or anything animated stuff like his old stuff Knock Force, but like it just like it I was like, whoa, that's weird. But I got Allison Packard, whatever.
Hmm.
She's I've seen her name around. I can't say anything exact of like what she's been in, but pretty solid voices in this, honestly. It's real good. I highly recommend it. It's 20, 25, 23 bucks at the moment. I would say it's worth the price. It's longer than I expected too, so it's not like a extremely short game. But yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, it went back to Fire Emblem. There's not much to say other than I'm almost done with
Azure Moon.
Yeah, that the blue lines are out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting right at the end game there. Dimitri's over being a murder hobo now. So
Yeah. Yeah.
fuck up Cornelia.
Yeah, Cornelia.
Fuck that bitch.
Fuck Cornelia. Dude. Oh man. I'm gonna be real. You might be interested in seeing some of this AU shit that Fire Emblem 3 Hopes is doing.
What did they do with her in that, please?
Oh, bro. So you get to go through the Blue Lions in Azure in 3 Hopes, yeah.
Yeah.
And Cornelia is there, right?
Yeah.
Or Cornelius, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of nutty. Because there was some cut content from the last game.
Oh
Specifically,
yeah, there was a lot actually.
yeah, specifically naming one of those who slithered in the dark named Cleobulus.
Oh.
And they're like, hey, what if? Oh, let's just kill.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh man, that game is nutty.
Dude,
I kind of love how completely I like that. Oh, sorry. I like that it doesn't feel like it's just more 3 houses. It's just like we're doing different 3 houses.
Bro, dude, it's literally 3 houses if they save the most gay character in the roster. It's literally they unearthed a gay and they changed the world.
Oh god, that's great. But
like, bro, just remember, kids, if you get your ass kicked, you too can save the gays.
It keeps messing me up because everything I see in that game, Byleth is the central focus of it, but they never have the sword of the creators. They're always using a regular sword, and I was like, man, they're not gonna get the sword of creators in this. Maybe in the final fight. Well, holy shit,
dude, it'd be like a Verdant Win. It'd be like Verdant Win with the Nemesis fight.
Oh man, oh fuck. A 1v1 against Byleth does sound really cool.
Dude, yeah. Because A, Byleth is cool as fuck. B, shit, dog. I love Byleth is honestly, I would say, definitely at least the second in the avatars. I feel like me having played Awakening, I'm biased and I like Robin just a bit.
I know there was a complaint with some people with 3 houses where they don't mind the avatar, they don't mind Byleth, but they don't like how a lot of characters there's a lot of supports where they're just like, man, Professor, you're the fucking coolest, yo. A good majority of them, and I get that. I don't mind it by all means, but I could totally get that, which is why I kind of think that 3 Hopes making Byleth the kind of antagonist. I don't know, I don't even Byleth. I don't even know what the plot is going to Is Byleth even important to it other than they're just a boss, I guess.
don't, and I mean, I haven't played anything past the demos
I
for
know,
each of the
like, I
respective
don't know,
routes.
like, the demo goes into, like, any of that. Like, what?
No, it basically goes into, all right, here's where, like, the main, because in the demo, it basically ends with, uh, all of the, like, the Empire, the Kingdom, the Alliance, they're fucking around on all sides,
Yeah.
because Edelgard's like, all
I
right,
would
we
lower your
saved
voice.
Monica. We fucked around with those who slither in the dark.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna deal him a big blow and kick my uncle out because her uncle's tallest.
Yeah.
So they kick out Arundel, tallest, and they're like, "Hey, fuck it, we've done it. The kingdom, the empire is kind of fucked up right now because we've just ousted not only the Duke Regent who's basically ruling,
Yeah.
but also they kick out Ferdinand's dad because he's like basically the right hand,
Yeah.
and so basically they're like, all right, Edelgard, you got to be the emperor now, and she's telling Caspar and Linhardt's dad, be like, all right, we're gonna do a war, guys. You've got a few years time. You got like, I think 2 years.
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, cool. So they reconvene, etc.
Yeah.
Fuck the church, etc.
Fuck the church, etc. Yeah.
Fuck the church, etc.
But like,
And
continue.
oh yeah, then we jump to Blue Lions, who at the same time as them kicking out Arundel is also the Duke Regent of the kingdom, Rufus, Dimitri's uncle,
Yeah.
is like, all right, I'm having a fucking coup. Literally. And Cornelia is like, all right, you're going to have a fucking coup, right? And Rufus is like, oh, fuck, man, I'm going to have a fucking coup.
Oh, shit, I'm going to have a coup.
Yeah. And so him and Cornelia coup it up, and Dimitri kicks his ass. Yeah. Public executions him, because, it's how you got to do.
That's how you got to do, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And basically and then a time skip, 2 years happen, and he's now having to take in the church because Edelgard's fucking shit up,
Yeah.
And then, meanwhile, while the initial stuff with the coup and kicking out Arundel is happening, Claude has to go back to the Leicester Alliance because the Elmirans are attacking.
Oh shit.
And it isn't just a measly little attack like, oh, they want to fuck around. Nah, yeah. They want to fuck around, bro.
Oh,
they want in.
Oh man, okay. Yeah, because like the whole thing with the Alliance and Three Houses, it's just like a lot of them are just like, half of them are just like, well, we could fight against the Empire, and the other half is like, no, that's terrible. We just join up with them. Fuck.
Yeah, because the Empire, the Alliance is basically every man for themselves, unless they can see like a common goal.
Yeah, which they can. So this now it's just like, hey, and then just some motherfucker just like, hey, fuck those guys.
Yeah, because basically the Elmirans, they're the completely original character so far, is this like Elmiran prince named Shahid. He's a shithead. And he's like, all right, we're gonna fucking attack them because the Empire and the Kingdom is too busy getting fucked up right now.
Shahid.
Exactly. But yeah,
it's that fucking vine of shithead. It's Shahid.
Yeah, except Shahid. But yeah, so basically he's like, all right, we ride at dawn, bitches. And Nader is just like, dude, I mean, okay, I guess, whatever.
Yeah.
So they attack, and Claude's like, all right, listen, we're going to team up with Holst. That's right, the Holst. Holst Sigiswald Goneril.
Oh, shit.
Hilda's brother.
Do they actually show him?
Oh, dude, yeah. He fights in the map alongside you.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, he's badass. He does not look... For some reason, they made him a sword master, but he does not look like a sword master.
Oh, okay.
Or like a fate sword master,
Yeah.
Because even Catherine, who exists in the same universe, looks like a sword master,
Yeah.
But he looks like he'd be more like a war master.
Yeah, but no, he
But
just
no, they made him a sword master for some reason.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, and so they hold the line, because yeah, Claude's like calling him out, being like, "Hey, bitch, you want to run?" As he's like aiming at him,
Yeah.
Shahid, and he's like, "I'll be back, you bitch
I'll
ass."
be back, you son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
And then time skip, and he's like, "All right, listen, Edelgard's cool, but at the same time, I know she's gonna go through us to go to the monastery."
yeah. Also, I just realized, like, does the thing where the church gets attacked and then Rhea just disappears happened, or is that before or
What do you mean?
sorry, I meant like right when Byleth gets fucking tossed into the fucking canyon and never seen. Like, does Rhea still just disappear after that whole fight with the Empire and the Church, or the fucking Edelgard going down there and being like, well, fuck the church, everybody, fuck the church.
Are you talking about in Three Hopes?
No, in Three Houses.
Three Houses in Three Houses.
In three, yeah, I'm saying, does that
So
happen
you're
in
basically
Three
asking if
Hopes?
in Crimson Flower, after like, does Rhea still disappear?
Yeah. Well,
No, in Crimson. Wait,
sorry, I'm confusing this. I meant like, is Rhea still like did she still disappear in Three Hopes? I mean,
no, because the basically that one fight, where you defend Garreg Mach and White Clouds, that never happened. So Rhea doesn't have to unleash the Enlightened One.
Oh, okay, that's all I
No,
was
so
asking.
basically she's still an important figure, because I mean she's still in the church,
Yeah.
because basically Rhea was like, all right, all this shit's going down. I'm closing down the monastery. You guys do what you got to do,
Okay. Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
basically what happens.
Okay, that's because I know that like that's a whole thing for like some of the routes after after the time skip, because of the in King in Azure in fucking Blue Lions, you're just like, man, we should really find Rhea. That's neat. And then in the fucking Golden Deer Path, you do actually find her. I don't know if you find her in Blue Lions actually.
You find her, I think, in most every path.
I know you fight her in Crimson Flower.
Oh yeah, and you fight her in Crimson Flower and Silver Snow.
Yeah. I
It's
remember fighting
you
her.
only fight her in Silver Snow because they pull some stupid bullshit.
Yeah. I
Like,
remember
honestly, Silver Snow and Verdant Wind are literally the same, except Verdant Wind has a better boss fight and boss music.
Oh man, God Shattering Star, so good.
Bruh, yeah.
Yeah, but that's of Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I think I think that was like a good several minutes.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm trying to think of anything else I've done. I bought a lot of games for my Switch recently. Because I haven't bought that much for it in a little bit, and I'm meaning to expand my library. A lot of that, and also I just like looking through the deal section. You never know what's gonna be there. So I got RE5. I got indie game Under Hero. It's really good. It's basically like Paper Mario, except yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yeah, it's very Paper Mario inspired though. That reminds me, I want to get this other indie game. It's Bug Fables, Bug Fables, which it's very much just Paper Mario. That's what I need.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah. Other than that, there's not much else really that I've really done. So we can just get right into the news. So we're gonna start off with actually some there. I already had some news here, but I added two more here real quick. There's gonna be a CGI Caillou reboot.
Yeah.
On Peacock, and Caillou looks so fucking. Look at that head. He's so fucking. I can't. It looks weird. That's all. I don't care that much because it's Caillou.
It's Caillou. I never watched it.
For kid shows, for like PBS kid shows, I meant like Caillou's the most one. I don't know. I've had to watch a lot of kids, so I've watched a lot of PBS. So Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, yeah, whatever. Though I don't know. I never got how like certain series where like the child looks just bigger. I don't know. It just the head looks too off to me. I just can't. But
Yeah, it looks kind of uncanny. It looks like they put CGI in, like they did the CGI models, but they didn't do like anything for the face. They just stuck stickers on them.
yeah, no, that's what it kind of looks like. They don't. It just looks like there's stuck stickers on them. Just like, yeah, what else? But there's not much to really say there. Next up is I just found out about this. Apparently, this came out a couple days ago. But Storytime animator, I whatever, odds one's out. Everyone who's on YouTube probably knows that dude. But he's making a new animated series called Oddballs on Netflix. Late, it's coming out later this year. There is a
Hmm.
trailer for it, I believe. There's not much I can say here either because I haven't really watched Odds Ones Out. I know of him, but like
Hmm.
I don't really have much of an opinion of him. He seems neat. He seems cool. But it is kind of surreal seeing that a YouTuber getting getting a whole series, which isn't like a YouTube Red thing, you know.
Yeah, like it's definitely interesting.
I just, honestly, I want to go back to that era of like, I want to say like it wasn't 2011. I want to say it's a bit later than that, like 2014. But I want to go back to that era where we can get like YouTubers making shows for like actual television. Where like we got like the Annoying Orange show and what was the other one? Oh, Fred on Nickelodeon. Yeah.
Fucking Fred, dude, I fucking oh man, I'm gonna pull the Freddie Benson and be like, yo, I fucking hated Fred.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But hey, he was popular. He was the first YouTuber to reach a million,
Yeah,
which I think that a large number of that was people being like ironic with it, and they were thought, haha, subscribe even though he's not good, and then that kind of backfired because he became the first YouTuber to get a million.
yeah.
Yeah, but
It was one of
it
it's he was the Morbius sweep of the time.
yeah, no, honestly, he was kind of the Morbius sweep, except he got 3 movies and a show.
Yeah, and didn't get put in the theaters twice and flop both
It
times.
flopped both times, for real. But
I
yeah,
still love that that happened with Morbius.
yeah, I love it. I want him to re-release it again and flop
Bro,
again.
yo, listen, you guys back at Morbius Enterprises.
I do.
Listen, we were not ready for it that weekend, but if you do it this weekend, we will be there.
We will be there. Anyway, but yeah, like it is weird to me now. I think about it, like, man, Fred got a lot of weird stuff with Nickelodeon, the TV show and movies. Knowing Orange only got that one season, which it didn't also help because I think uh I want to say Tobuscus, if that's
Yeah, it was
yeah,
Tobuscus.
I think he was on that show too, and
He was.
he didn't. He unfortunately went a very different route than Annoying Orange. So watching it now is kind of it's kind of weird. Uh,
Yeah.
but that's also because I didn't really care for Tobuscus. Like I liked it when I liked him when I was like in middle school, and then after middle school, straight up, I was just like, I don't care. And then all the terrible things he did after that, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Then I really don't care. But other than that, yeah, no, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I have hope that big content creators can actually make good stuff because I always have this
Hmm.
problem where like YouTube, like a lot of the big names on YouTube, they just for the YouTube Red like originals, they're all I can't think of a single good one, honestly. Like I'm trying to think. There was like those 2 Jake Paul movies, not Jake Paul, Logan Paul that he was
Yeah.
in, where like it's like the premise of the movie was like kids in this dystopian future. It's just like regular life, except if they fail this like state test, they fucking die. Ooh. And then they made a sequel where they reveal they don't actually die; they just become slaves.
Hmm.
And yeah, just it after stuff like that, and it's just I never have hopes whenever I see YouTuber making show. But then again, who knows? Like, Final Space, actually, which we'll talk about later because there's some news regarding it. I think that was the creator started primarily on YouTube and then actually would go on to make a show, which that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all I have to say for it now. Next up, Walt Disney Animation. They're gonna make something called Zootopia Plus. It's gonna premiere on November 9th. I don't know what it is. It's more Zootopia.
I, I,
I'll
I
let you know.
sorry, Zootopia Plus. It sounds the dumbest thing.
Yeah, I don't
What?
like.
It's like, all right, we're gonna stream the entirety of Zootopia, but we're gonna psych you out and show that that Zootopia has been streaming the entirety of Zootopia.
Joke's on you. It's Zootopia. Like it's like how video games re-release of like the game of the year edition or like the director's cut. It's like that, except the title's terrible. It just added a plus.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, it really bugs me. I'm like, you could have thought of a better name, but whatever. Hey, it's more Zootopia, and I know a lot of people love Zootopia. I do. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's real good. We're getting more of it. It's probably more world building stuff, which I don't mind.
It'll be all right, I suppose.
That's something Beastars had better. Was better at Zootopia than, but that's because Zootopia had to do it within an hour, and Beastars had years, so it's fine. Next up, wait, why did I even add this? We already talked about this last week. Whatever. Dead End Paranormal Park is now streaming on Netflix. That's probably the next major animated thing I'll watch because I've heard a lot of good things about it. Also, I think it's one of the few shows where our main protagonist is an actual trans character, which is kind of cool. I really like that.
You know.
So I'll check that out at some point. I've been meaning to get more into paranormal stuff. That's actually why I started watching X-Files recently. Next up, there's a second trailer for Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which, like, it also reveals that the movie's coming out on December 21st. But also, man, every trailer, every scene I've seen of this movie, man, it looks way better than the first movie because I think they got people. I don't know exactly the director, but I know that like some of the people on the team worked on Spider-Verse because man, a lot of those shots and like the 3D animation in general just look so much better. Like
look crisp.
Holy crap! Like the action scenes, they look super hype. They did not need to go that hard for Puss in Boots.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first movie, I don't think looks bad by all means. It's just kind of like, hey, that's a fine side movie. It's not like the worst or anything. It's just it's there. But like, man, I don't know why they decided to just go all in for the sequel here. Even the poster is pretty cool, which I don't have here, but it's cool. Believe me, believe me, listeners. Everything I say is about cool stuff. But
it's
anyway,
very cool.
Yeah,
oh dear.
but, like straight up, like I'm glad that DreamWorks is getting more into stylized CGI, like with Bad Guys and Puss in Boots here. I mean, the give credit, like their CGI is still pretty good by all means. Like it holds up, except in like specific movies. Like I admittedly, if I'm gonna be honest, I don't like Monsters vs. Aliens. I hate the humans in that movie specifically because I'm like, man, these don't look good. How'd you guys fuck up humans? You got them down back in like fucking Shrek.
For real.
And even then they go over like a slightly different style of like stylized human in like Megamind. It looks way better there. And I'm like, what the fuck? But that's also because Megamind's great. Go watch it. I don't want to say best DreamWorks movie because that's a lie. It's up there though. It's real up there.
Megamind was pretty good. Yeah, Monsters vs. Aliens. It was definitely a concept that I feel like they kind of fucked up.
Yeah, like it's a neat idea, but it overall just kind of bad. I don't like any of the characters.
Yeah.
And also, fuck, I was trying to think. No, that's it. But yeah, no, I'm excited for this new Puss in Boots movie. Something I never thought I'd be fucking saying.
Dude, yeah, it looks nice.
Also, I didn't add it to the news, but Lightyear came out recently, actually.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I've heard it's kind of been like mixed reception from what I've been seeing everywhere. Some people think that it's fucking absolutely mid, like it's not that good. or some people were just like, hey, that was pretty solid. It's just kind of it's kind of switching back from mid to it's all right. It's yeah, which I don't
Yeah.
know. I am kind of interested in it. I
Yeah, I'm intrigued in it too. Kind of just want to see how Chris Evans does with the character.
yeah, and I gotta give them credit for trying to make like an actual Buzz Lightyear thing, even though we already exist. Yeah, that already existed. And that was Star Command, and Star Command was really cool, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things like they kind of like didn't the creators hate that show?
I don't know. I only heard it from Bray 2 saying that that's what they said. I didn't look into it, unfortunately. But I
Hmm.
just assume that they kind of had the mindset of like, no one's gonna remember this like TV show from the early 2000s. Who cares? And if they
Yeah.
do, then whatever. We're doing a new thing. Which again, I don't mind, but it does make it hard whenever I do like see something like this, and I'm like, that's neat. It's its own identity and all, but it's the same concept as this, and this one is way cooler and also 2D animated extremely well. I'm biased,
Hmm.
but it's fine. But I might go check it out at some point. I don't know. I just don't know really what to think about it other than hey, that exists. But yeah. uh that's pretty much it for like the new releases and trailers, etc. So we'll get right into the actual news, which our first one here is interesting. Apparently Disney slash Pixar is thinking they're teaming up with Viz Media with making a for anyone who saw their recent movie Turning Red, they're making a manga based off of the boy band in that movie, fucking Four Town.
Four Town. Yeah, I'm confused.
Yeah, they're making an actual like manga of it. You know.
Uh, I I don't really know how to about like. I mean, no, okay. I mean, Turning Red was good. I don't really know if we can if there's a necessary need to go outside of the border with that.
I love shit like this where people decide of like we're gonna make like side media, but for not for what you think. Like I know there's probably a very small group of people who actually wanted a fucking Four Town like spinoff, let alone like a manga.
Mm-hmm.
Like 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 I don't know what their thought process was, except for like, hey, maybe the weebs will be into these boy bands like the BTS.
Ah, yes, the weebs, they enjoy their boy bands like the BTS and the Big Time Rush. That way we can milk them for all their worth. Yes, yes. Uh,
Yeah, that's yeah. But I'm reading through the article to see if there was anything particularly interesting. But no, it's just giving off the hey, the this is what Four Town was in the movie, and oh, they even have a cover of apparently an illustration from what they're trying to go for. I'll post it in the recording booth. But oh, man, that is really well drawn. I don't know why that's what's up with that. I, I, I don't, I
this
can't.
is, I'm used to where one ends and another begins, but that is well drawn.
I'm like, that's a little too well drawn. I don't like that. I don't know.
Listen, bro,
There's, I feel like this is malicious. I'm just saying,
this is malicious.
there's something
Dude,
dark
remember how
here.
Pokemon weaponized MILFs? They're
Yeah,
weaponizing boy bands
they're
again.
weaponizing boy bands. Yeah. Oh man,
Not
and
not even for the first time again.
man, yeah, I know, right? But yeah, yeah. The rest of this article just talks about weird stuff. It talks about how Billie Eilish and some other dude wrote songs for Four Town in the movie and
Ooh, some
whatever.
other dude. Let's see if I can recognize it.
Um,
Me, who thinks he recognizes everybody, but really doesn't.
it was and then it also adds here of like talking about Viz Media, just telling the whoever's reading this, I was like, oh yeah, Viz Media is the largest publisher and distributor of licensor
Phineas
anime.
O'Connell.
Currently preparing to re-release the first volume of Bleach, which I cool. I mean that all right, yeah, sure. I don't know why, but like I guess maybe the hype up that they're making a new season of the anime, which thought to be canceled of the last arc of the Blood War, which I'm actually super excited for because that last arc actually is kind of pretty good, honestly. I recently reread some of
Oh,
that,
straight
and
up, Phineas O'Connell was literally Billie Eilish's brother.
oh, okay. I thought that was like slang in the article, like brother. I didn't know it was
No,
actually
it's
her brother.
legit
My bad. But
blood and shit, you know.
yeah, I'm excited for I'm excited for more Bleach if it's good. Well, I mean, if it's good, I've already
I was about to
read
say if
most.
it's good, it's
Like,
like listen, bro,
I'm excited,
they can bring back any old series in the West, but if it's not good,
then
then
people will
oh
still like it.
god.
But yeah, I'm excited for more Bleach because I do think that it does suck that the anime kind of ended after like after them just being like, yeah, no one cares about Bleach. We're not going to animate the last arc, but you know, there's been push for it, and now it's coming back. That's great. I love it. Even though Bleach is like extremely flawed, very flawed. Like, actually, me, Faye, and some other people we watched it like a while ago. I want to say like almost a year at this point, and it's still really cool at a lot of points, and we still really overall still really enjoyed it. But man, like it's definitely like later on you could definitely tell that they're trying, but it's just especially the Fullbringer arc. We that's the one part of the anime we didn't rewatch because man. But yeah, sorry, I just started thinking about Bleach again. You know, it just affects your brain. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It's like Bleach or something.
get ready for you know I still love that joke in the movie where it's like the mom is just why do they call Fort Town? There's 5 of them.
I know, bro, dude. That's like literally.
Yeah. Next up, we're gonna go to the next news topic. This one is kind of interesting because
Oh
I didn't
man,
see that
let's go.
many people talking about it, at least from anyone I follow, and I didn't know this exactly happened to the creator, but uh, Olin Rogers, whatever, but creator of Final Space, as I mentioned earlier, which was a show on TBS, Adult Swim, whatever. It was a adult cartoon, sci-fi adult cartoon. It was pretty solid from what I've heard from people. I didn't watch it because I was watching other stuff at the time, and unfortunately, it ended a while ago, and it kind of ended on like a real gut punch of like, man, that's really sad that that happened, but unfortunately the show got canceled earlier than expected. So the creator, he's been spending like that the meantime trying to get an actual ending for Final Space, but just no one will take him up on it. So he's decided to fuck it, just start a Kickstarter, and ask him and a bunch of other artists are gonna just create the actual ending for it, for
Oh,
an
neato.
actual ending for it. But yeah, I'll have the link. I'll have the link to the Kickstarter in the description below for the YouTube version, and well, no, it'll be on all versions because there's always a description part.
There's
But
always some sort of
yeah, I'll
description.
link it of course if anyone's interested. I believe it did reach its goal at some point. It just now it's in like the stretch goal period where you know the further
Yeah,
you
where
can
they're
get.
getting all the extra monies, etc. It'd be like, hey, we'll do. We can fund this little extra.
Yeah, which I gotta give credit of like, hey, you want to properly end your show and you want people to support because I know a lot of people who did really like Final Space, and I was like, hey, that's cool. Hey, that's
Mm-hmm.
cool. And even though I haven't seen it yet, hey, I gotta give credits to his dedication at least. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's just really weird because like I don't see that many people retweeting or like talking about it anywhere else. But hey, it has been getting traction slowly, so that's good to
Mm-hmm.
hear. But yeah, go check that out if you like Final Space. And I do understand the pain at least of like a show ending where right where like everything just turns bad, not like bad, but like emotional wreck afterwards, you know. But yeah, I get that. I get that. It sucks. But next, we're gonna go on to the next news topic. And the next one
Yeah,
is fucking. This one's real interesting.
this one's
Apparently,
kind of wild. And
yeah, HBO is making a Batman like Latin America Batman where he's like all Aztec'd up and shit.
yeah, so
Which
basically, yeah, Batman Azteca Choque de Imperios,
yeah,
literal translation, Clash of Empires.
Aztec
So yeah, he's
Batman,
just
yo.
going on in yeah, an Aztec, like we're going back to the Aztec, which is kind of
Which
nutty.
I'm super down for this honestly because
It's
I
honestly kind of wild and
yeah,
looking.
like this is such a different direction for like typical Batman stuff. I never would have expected
I
Batman
think
Aztec. Yeah, let's do
I think
that.
the last time they did something like this was that Batman Samurai movie, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I completely forgot that existed too. It
And
honestly
which I kind of like those kind of things. It's like, all right, what if we did this thing, but now it's got an entirely different aesthetic flair.
yeah.
It's kind of to bring back an earlier topic with Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Whenever they did fucking Fire Emblem Fates, where they did
Yeah.
Birthright, and they brought in like the more like like the
Like
Asian, more like
orient
Oriental kind of like style
like
to its like character design and architecture.
yeah, like that's probably like I personally think probably is like the coolest part about Fates. Of like I do like how even though that some of the classes are just basically like the same as other ones, but they're just visually different or have different skills. I do like that they did that because it's like visually interesting because we don't really see those types of classes in typical Fire Emblem. They're very traditional chivalry stuff.
Mm-hmm.
With the most exceptions are like some of the magic classes and like maybe swordmaster and shit.
Yeah,
But even then,
because I mean, the Swordmaster was an obvious fit for
it's
Birthright's
yeah.
side.
But hey, they that now it's a whole class. It's fucking well, I forget the name of it. It's now whatever. But yeah. You can tell how much I really enjoy Fire Emblem Fates. It's amazing. It's an
It's Fire
amazing
Emblem
game.
Fates. I still haven't beaten Revelations. I've been on like the last 5 chapters for like 5, 6 years.
No, when we as people know, when eventually me and Toble here do that Devil Survivor 2 video, I feel like that's another video that we should do. We should totally do Fire Emblem Fates.
Oh God, yeah, I'd be down. I'd be down. It's one of those things. I mean, shoot,
I'm just gonna put that on my suffer list for later.
the suffer list. Yes. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, but
The
yeah,
suffering of two grown ass motherfuckers being like, all right, we're gonna play
talking
these DS games and we're gonna try.
play these DS games and then complain about anime.
Bruh, literally, yeah. That's basically you're gonna finally force me to beat Fire Emblem Fates Revelations after all these years.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'm super excited for this Astec Batman. I hope it's really cool. I really they have like a design of him on the article and he looks real cool. I like him. I like
It's
that.
really
I
cool.
really like that the helmet is like a fucking giant bat head. It's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's like the old giant bat head, like back like how they did that style of like the Aztecian headdress.
Yeah.
Like
Astec.
and that's so like as far as I can tell, there isn't no real mask. It's just shadow intensified,
Yeah.
which I love. It's so dumb, but I love that kind of shit.
It's appropriate for Batman as well. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, yeah. So look for that on. I think it's HBO. Yeah. Next up, the Paramount is gonna be apparently are working on 3 Avatar movies. Last Airbender. I don't know the exact details. I know that one of them is I know what all 3 of them are going to be. One's going to be focusing on Zuko, I believe. One of them's actually, I think one of them's gonna focus on Korra. Apparently, I don't know exactly what they're gonna do with that. Like, it's if it's gonna be
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
Korra again, or is it gonna be like what's Korra doing now? I don't know.
Korra again.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because I know there's stuff in between Korra and Last Airbender, which is like primarily in the comics of like what's happened after the series, and there's some interesting stuff. But I don't know any of that stuff, unfortunately, because I know Zuko does some things.
Dude,
Uh,
yeah.
and last movie is a fucking Kyoshi movie, which I'm actually excited for. Kyoshi's
Kyoshi,
cool.
that was yeah, that was the one who founded like the
The
Kyoshi
Kyoshi,
Warriors
yeah,
with Suki and all them, right?
yeah, and fucking just blew the island away from the mainland because they ain't dealing with that tyrannical shit.
Yeah, fuck this shit. I'm just
And
gonna train
also
these badass women.
also killed the leader. Well, not inadvertently killed because he was being a dumbass, but yeah.
Yeah, because Kyoshi was like, I think
She's
in most in the bits of Avatar history that we got was
yep.
like the most brutal one of the more brutal iterations of the Avatar.
She is definitely no nonsense. I gotta get this shit done. I ain't dealing with this bullshit.
Yeah, because I remember like she had I think either a light novel or a manga like printed about her, basically.
I think something like that. I'm
I
not
think like a
100%.
trilogy or something.
I'm not gonna act like I 100% know, but that sounds like it probably does exist. Avatar has a lot of cool world building stuff that I feel like they should do more stuff with. Honestly, I honestly think the best solution they should do is just make like an Avatar anthology show where like we focus an episode on like an older Avatar. That'd be cool.
Yeah. They just feel like, all right, so the first Avatar, right? All right, we're just
No,
gonna
no, I
do.
don't want first Avatar. We'll bring back M Night Shyamalan. It's fine.
We'll bring Night Shyamalan, bro. No, no more M Night, please.
Like the beast slightly fair. I know that he didn't really enjoy working on that movie either because they had to cut some stuff in that movie because they were pushing 3D. That was back around like movie theaters were like you gotta push the fucking 3D, you know,
Yeah,
make
I
it
remember
epic.
that.
And a lot did get cut from that movie, but even then, the movie's just bad.
So bad.
At least it's entertainingly bad because like I feel like something that a lot of people can do to make a lot of bad movies and shows more enjoyable is view it. I took this from YMS. Your movie sucks on YouTube, but you know if you watch them in the going with the thought of this is a comedy instead of its intended genre, it's way more funnier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I recently like rewatched like I've watched some videos about it and I've seen some clips again because like I watched that movie enough times as it is and man I still can't get over like the name pronunciations. Hey
Yeah,
Ong,
Ong,
fucking
Soka.
Soka. Oh my god. The only one
Like,
they got right was Kyoshi, ironically. They even fucked up yin and yang. They said like yin and yang. And I'm like, what the fuck?
yes, I do remember the two main things of Taoism, Yin and Young Thug.
Yum. Yeah, but like now
My
even getting
skin crawled just saying that.
I remember like for years my mom was like try to defend that movie like no it's pretty good, you know, it's a pretty good adaptation. I'm like no it isn't, mom. And I made sure to like let her know every other month and I'm like yeah no it's not, it's
It's
terrible.
not
And then
good.
she
You
eventually
gaslit your mother into agreeing that it was a bad movie.
listen, I changed the world for the better, I'm just saying.
Change the world for the better by getting your mom to agree that Avatar: The Last Airbender, the movie created by M. Night Shyamalan, was indeed a
Yes,
bad
see, I
adaptation
changed
of
the
the show.
world. Now there's less people who like that movie. It's fine. She doesn't. She probably doesn't even really care that much. So whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I'm excited for these Avatar movies. Not so much for the core one. Not necessarily because like, oh, ew, Korra or anything. It's just like I don't know what they're gonna do with it. Honestly, like, what else do you have to talk about with, or what else do you have to do with Korra herself at this point?
Hmm.
Zuko, I mean, it would be interesting to see like what like like I'm assuming that it's gonna be about like after the series where he's Fire Lord.
Well, yeah, where
So
he's doing his Fire Lord thing.
yeah, so that has potential to be somewhat interesting, given the fact that like he is undoubtedly probably the one of the most interesting characters on that show. But
Yeah,
again, the Kyoshi one's probably I'm the most excited for because I'm like, holy shit, it's a new character we're following, and not just Aang or Korra.
not Aang or Korra or insert anthology episode character here.
Yeah. But yeah, it's real cool. And Kyoshi is like, I feel like it's just kind of an easy choice because even though that like we already kind of know her story, there's still plenty of stuff there that we don't know, and we already have somewhat familiarity with it for anyone who's watched the series. So
Mm-hmm.
like if it's they don't have to worry about, oh, we're doing something new and original and people might not like it because we already know this character.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
like I said, I feel like they've like at least of the recent one, she's the main one we know because I don't honestly
Because the only other one I can say off the top of my head is like Roku, but that's because like
Roku.
he is like
He is literally the last avatar that
literally,
existed.
yeah, literally the last one before Aang, and
Yeah.
he gets enough honestly in the series, so it doesn't really feel like we need like an original with him. We get all the information about him because
Yeah.
talks to him. So like, and they do show a couple other avatars in some of the episodes, like one of the later like near the end, like Aang goes back and like he kind of like spiritually talks to some of the older avatars for advice for not killing the Fire Lord, and we get to see some of them there, but that's pretty much it for it. I'm just saying that there's a lot of untapped potential there.
Yeah, there's definitely room for like like implementing world building there, but it's definitely like one of those things like Kyoshi would be the easiest and most obvious first choice just because
Yeah,
like
it just
she did a lot.
yeah, she did a lot, and she's like she's pretty fucking epic for Avatar standards.
Hmm.
Again, just be like, I ain't dealing with all this shit. I'm taking off my like people, making an island. Fuck you. See ya. It's still the most baller thing you could do in my head.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from like defeating the Fire Lord, trying to basically do Scorched Earth, but hey, that's still cool.
Yeah, it's a
But
whole thing.
yeah, but outside of that, that's pretty much it that we have for the news for today. We made some pretty good time, about like an hour. So that's not adding the time whenever I had to add like the intro and the outro music, all that.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
it's been about an hour. So this is gonna be the end of the podcast. Not not for the whole podcast, but for this episode.
yeah. We're ending the whole podcast again. What, this is like the third time this month?
Listen, we didn't fully end the podcast previously. It just got delayed. It's fine.
Hmm.
Or just, I didn't feel like recording an episode or other circumstances, whatever. It's fine. If you enjoyed the episode of the podcast, remember to like, share with all your friends, of course, if you enjoyed the intro and outro, they're done by 2Mellow. We always link to him in the description below, to his Bandcamp. He makes amazing stuff. If you're interested on updates for the show, follow the official Midnight Toons Twitter over at Twitter at Midnight Toons. Of course, we also have our WordPress website, which we changed the domain, which is now just midnighttoons.com, which it should be working, or I might need to adjust stuff there. I still am working on the site just to make it look better. I haven't. It hasn't been my highest priority because I know not a lot of people listen to this podcast, but whatever.
Yeah,
Other
effort
than
is there.
yeah, and of course, if you're interested in following any of us, you can also you can follow me at Twitter at the bottom, or subscribe to me on YouTube. You can follow Toble at Twitter and see whatever he's up to.
Yeah, probably just waifus posting and Xenoblade posting.
Yes. Also, if you're looking at the Twitter for the official Midnight Toons, it does have like it does at all the members of the podcast. So if you're interested in seeing what Pixel or Faye are doing, there you can also find their Twitters there. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and see you guys in the next episode next week. Goodbye.
See ya.